Diane's Allergy is partly a really great episode of Cheers and partly one that I kind of didn't like, and there's a very strong reason for that. And it's not necessarily the episode's fault, it's more about something specific that I personally hate in real life, so I'll talk more about that in a moment. This is the 10th episode of the third season, directed by the wonderful James Burrows, and there will be spoilers from this point on as I go into a bit of detail about the episode. And I also just want to say this is the first episode I'm watching after I visited Cheers in Boston, and if you haven't been, you have to go. It is absolutely gorgeous. They have the bar set, which I didn't even realize until I got there. It is just such an incredible experience to watch this, to see the opening theme with the exterior of the pub. Long story short, one of the best days of my life. Definitely go if you're a Cheers fan. Watching this now, it's just a whole other experience. And the episode itself, well, as I said, there were bits that I loved. The story focusing on Diane and Frasier I really liked. Very funny, very thought-provoking. The story focusing on Carla, not so much. But it starts off brilliantly. This kid walks into the bar and he asks for Sam, and he's trying to get a baseball autograph for his brother who's in the hospital, but not Sam's. And I really like the way that played out. But what I love particularly is that obviously, given the nature of the show, we don't see kids that often, and kids can be so funny and so entertaining. And it was just brilliant. It's a rare style of humour that we don't normally get with this kid, and he was just absolutely fantastic. I really thoroughly enjoyed the intro. But then we get in with the story about Carla, and I didn't like it, and that's because I detest pranks. I hate pranks. I know I'm not alone with that. There are a lot of people who hate pranks as well, but I know there are people who love them. Because I hate pranks so much, I just couldn't enjoy that part of the episode. But what made it worse is that the pranks were on Carla. It's Carla's birthday, and she receives a series of gag gifts. And had it been, say, pranks on Sam or Coach, it might not have been so bad. But the thing with it being Carla, making it harder to watch, is because Carla has a lot of kids. She obviously doesn't really have any disposable income. She never gets to treat herself. She never gets a chance to do anything nice for Carla. So for people to give her these lovely birthday gifts and to just make her feel special on one day of the year, that's such a great thing, and they have to ruin it. And as I said, had it been on Diane or basically any other character, it wouldn't have been so bad. But Carla is the last person who should be receiving gag gifts. Yes, maybe one to begin with, fine, but to continue it, it was just really uncomfortable and kind of painful to see. I don't want them to treat Carla like that. Carla never gets to spoil Carla. So the one day of the year when other people get to treat her and make her feel special, and they do the opposite. And they prove to her that all she's worth is gag gifts. It's not great. And the episode, well, that part of the episode had a chance to redeem itself with the really lovely gift that Cliff went out and got. And there's such a sweet moment with Carla opening that gift, genuinely liking it, and she even says thank you, which, as she admits, is not something she finds very easy to do. It was lovely. It was such a lovely moment. And then Cliff ruined it by saying that actually it was a gag gift, and I hated it. I know they need to be funny, they need to keep the episode comedic because it's a sitcom, but we could have just had that one moment where Carla had that one chance to feel like they did actually appreciate her. And in everybody else's offence, everybody else did actually want to get her a good gift. It was Cliff, I guess, trying to be funny at the wrong moment and ruining it. So it's Cliff's fault, not everybody else's fault. But as a viewer, I was really annoyed by that. And it's very rare that something happens in Cheers that I completely disagree with. But on this occasion, I did. I disagreed with it. I know the sentiments are there of everybody wanting to give Carla a nice gift, but it just ruined it for me. So that part of the episode really didn't like. The other part was brilliant. Frasier and Diane are moving in together, and unfortunately it seems like Diane has allergies to Frasier's dog. And Sam comes up with a really great theory about how it might be psychosomatic. about Diane not actually being ready to move in. And she dismisses this, and then she does everything she can to try and get rid of the dog allergies, including getting rid of the dog. And I'll be honest, the penny didn't drop with me immediately, but when Frasier started to talk about how he didn't actually want to give up the dog and how he was desperate to get the dog back, I kind of thought, but Eddie, you're not a dog person. Look how you treated Eddie. Obviously, at the time, Frasier, the TV show, didn't exist, but it took me a little while for that penny to drop and for me to realize, hang on, you're not a dog person. What are you talking about? But I got over that pretty quickly. And some of my favorite bits in this, well, the voices, the change in voices, just amazing, incredible. And the way Sam spoke, responding with the line, I'd like to think I'm above that, Diane. I just hadn't expected it. Very, very entertaining. Renaming the dog Diane was funny. A little bit awkward when he said he would, physically hurt the dog, both in terms of because that's not nice to the animal, and also he was implying domestic violence. So that wasn't great. But other than that, I think that worked really well. And the scene where Frasier is desperately telling Sam that the dog is it's his dog, and Diane thinks they're talking about her. It was very entertaining and very well done, and thankfully made the episode watchable. The scenes with Carla's birthday, I cannot stand. I hate them. And when we have the gift from Frasier and Diane, it just I wasn't expecting that to be a gag gift, and it's just hard to watch, and I don't enjoy it. But the scenes focusing on Frasier and Diane, I really thoroughly enjoyed. So it is a brilliant episode in part, difficult in other places. I think it's an episode I'll always enjoy watching because it's strong enough that half of it is brilliant. But needless to say, Diane's Allergy is never going to be a personal favourite episode. I just cannot stand pranks that much.